Everybody is looking for a place to belong. 7 years in this place. I came as a simple boy chasing knowledge, but I left with a heart full of stories. Stories of love, betrayal, and pain that would make me who I am today. From the quiet pages of zoology to the forgotten lanes of botany, I found what I thought was love. But sometimes, love doesn't find you back. It just leaves you behind.
7 years? It's hard to believe it's been that long.
She was my white princess, the one I adored from afar. She had that glow, the glow of innocence, of intelligence, and of a heart that seemed so pure. It was like nature herself had painted her with a brush of light, and I was caught in her magic. She was everything I had ever wanted, but I was foolish, believing her kindness meant something more than it did. I gave her my heart, only to realize it wasn't me she was interested in. It was the help, the grades, the answers. I was nothing more than a stepping stone for her, and one day, she vanished, ghosted me. I was left in the cold, alone. I learned then that sometimes people will use your kindness as a tool to get ahead, and then throw you away like a forgotten bookmark. She was my white princess, but she turned out to be my white ghost. The pain of that rejection shattered me, but it also set me on a path I never saw coming.
I thought she was different, but I was wrong.
Then came her, the blue fairy. She was like the first snow of winter, delicate, beautiful, and cold. But there was something in her that made me feel alive again. The pain of the white princess was still fresh, but her presence, it warmed the frozen parts of my heart. I saw in her a chance to heal, to move on. But I was still chasing a dream, not realizing I was in the same storm again. I thought this was my second chance, but as time passed I started to see the cracks in the dream. She was kind to me, but not in the way I wanted. The truth was that I was just a friend to her, and nothing more. Still, I held on to the hope. I made her my dragon empress in my heart, though she never asked for that title, and maybe she never knew how deeply I loved her.
She was my second chance, or so I thought.
I couldn't breathe. The truth hit me like 1,000 stones. She was going to marry someone else. The blue fairy was gone. Not just from my heart, but from my life. I was just a chapter in her story, but she was the whole novel of my heart. And now, I had to say goodbye. I wish I could hate her. But I couldn't, because it wasn't her fault. It was my heart, my foolishness. I let love blind me. She was never mine to keep, and I had to let her go. Letting go of a love you've built in your mind is the hardest thing to do, but sometimes, it's the only way to survive.
She was never mine to keep, and I had to let her go. The pain made me stronger. The betrayals, the heartaches, they gave me power. I wasn't just Uddeshya anymore, I was the Dragon Emperor, the Fire Dragon King. The fire within me burned hotter than the world had ever seen. But that fire was not for love. It was for survival, for myself. And as I walk away, I realize that I'm not walking alone. I have myself. The fire within me is enough. The love I gave to others, I will now give to myself. I bid farewell to the girl who was never mine, and I promise to never be that weak again. To the white princess and the blue fairy, you were my dreams, my heartbreak, and my lesson. But I am no longer the boy who chased after love. I am the Dragon Emperor. I will rise above this, because I am the fire that burns in my own heart.
Gap 3S, Shayari by the Dragon Emperor, Gap 2S. Hey everyone, let's talk about desires, those things we all really want. I have so many, like tons of them, each one so big it feels like I could just disappear. Lots of my dreams have come true, but it never feels like enough, Gap 2S. This heart of mine, it's not made of stone, it's soft. And it feels things like sadness and pain. Why shouldn't it hurt sometimes? If someone hurts us, we're allowed to cry even 1,000 times. It's okay to feel. Gap 3S. Gap 3S, Shayari by the Dragon Emperor, Gap 2S. Hey everyone. Wishes, hopes, and the hurt that comes with them, they change us in ways we don't always understand. Today I want to share a poem like the great Gulzar's style in both Hindi and English. Gap 2S, Hindi, Kanni raton men jabe tinhai, distek deti hai, dilki har dutkin ek nishairi kti hai, volumi jokbi apne the abkvab benge hein, yadon ki perchayon men, himko gahain, gap 2s, English. On nights lit by the moon, when loneliness comes knocking, each beat of my heart whispers a new poem. The times we shared, now just dreams, lost in the shadows of memories, we wander. Gap 3s. Hey everyone, Zakir Khan, he's so awesome, right? The way he talks, it just gets to you. I wanted to share something I wrote thinking about his style. It's like a little poem, and I'll say it in Hindi and then in English. Gap 2s. Vojo en si men chupa adard hai vojo ankon men psi ka amoshi hai herek shuks ke dil men ek ka ni hai besunivala koi niin hai. Gap 2s. That smile that hides the hurt, that quietness in someone's eyes. Everyone carries a story inside, but there's no one to listen. Gap 3s. The pain of my heart has turned into fire. The story that was once mine now blends in my colors. There was a distance, but it became my strength. The love that once was, is now my power. Jab se use koya hai kud ko paya hai wojo da dard ab kushi karang laya hai. Nada hakuska par piar tu sachta jab tak da zinda dil ne use hichaha hai. Since I lost her I found myself. What was pain, now brings the color of happiness. She never had the right, but my love was true. As long as I lived, my heart only wanted her. Kuch rishte humne kud se bad kar diye. Aur kuch humne khud se zyada ko diye. Zindagi ka safar apna hai. Par ye yadin kabi na pooch lena. Kisne kab kaha da. Some relationships we gave more than ourselves, and some we lost more than ourselves. The journey of life is ours, but these memories never ask, who said what at what time. Dil ke kone mein, ek achi jagati, jahan ek ladki ke liye jagati, mujhe laga da uska dil bhi wahi hoga, par ladki ka dil bhi, ek office ki tarada. In the corner of my heart there was a good place, a place for a girl. I thought her heart would be the same, but her heart too was like an office. Never available, always busy. If I hadn't loved you, life would have been different. If I hadn't been away from you, life would have been different. I made every pain my own. If you hadn't been there, everything would have been different. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt shayaris and stories. Gap 3s. As we journey through the realms of dreams, love, and transformation, we recognize the beauty and pain intertwined in our stories. The Dragon Emperor's tale is a reminder that every ending is a new beginning, and every farewell leaves a mark on our hearts. Gap 2s. Thank you for joining us on this emotional voyage. Gap 2s. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt shayaris and captivating stories. Gap 2s. Until next time, may your dreams be filled with wonder and your heart with love. Farewell. Gap 3s. I wanted to tell my thoughts to you quietly, but I also wanted to make your dreams mine. When I was close to you, I was far from myself. Now that I am far from you, I want to bring myself closest to me. The love was never a relationship. The relationship was never love. And walking this path I realized what was never really there. With time everything had changed. Even the world of my heart had become old. What I had once thought about you, even that thought, has now turned into a story.